Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The Young and the Restless predictions for the week have Sharon Newman's mental breakdown worsening to the point that Nick Newman takes drastic action to get her back on the right track. These Y&R predictions are based on recent episodes, official CBS spoilers, and the new weekly promo. First up on Y&R, Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinel, may step into the role of the family black sheep. That's a position usually occupied by her brother, Adam Newman, Mark Grossman. She's defying her father, Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, both personally and professionally. So it all started when her dad told Cole Howard, J. Eddie Peck, to stay away from his daughter. But he ignored Victor and took Victoria to bed. On Monday, Young and the Restless spoilers see Cole telling Victoria he's moving to Genoa City for her and their daughter. Then, on the work front, Victoria's in a moral quandary because Victor's targeting Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson. She wants to warn Billy, but this puts her at odds with her father. On Friday, spoilers say Victor snaps at Victoria. Is Daddy's girl now a black sheep on Y&R? Next in Y&R predictions, Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, and Adam could have another hookup. On Tuesday's Young and the Restless spoilers, Billy remains stubborn on his split from Chelsea. In the Y&R promo spoilers, Connor Newman, Judah Mackey, tells Adam that he and Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, had a good thing. But what he had with Chelsea was something more. With both Chelsea and Adam facing rejection, they might repeat what they did in Baltimore. Next on the prediction roster, Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, might kidnap Daniel Rumalotti, Michael Graziadei. On Monday, Young and the Restless spoilers see Sharon's hallucination, Cameron Kirsten, Lyndon Ashby, pushing her to target Daniel. And Sharon realizes the repulsive suggestion is really her own. So Sharon's seen yelling at her hallucination on the patio of Crimson Lights. Then, when Daniel shows up on Y&R, Sharon asks him to talk privately. By Thursday, Y&R spoilers confirm Sharon tries to cover up what she did. I suspect she might drug Daniel's coffee and stash him somewhere. She's tormented by memories of Cassie Newman's, Karen Grimes' death and thinks Daniel needs to pay. This leads me to my next prediction. Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, may drag Sharon to Fairview Psychiatric Hospital to prevent her arrest. Young and the Restless spoilers remind that Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, already urged Nick to commit Sharon Newman. On Monday, CBS daytime spoilers show Nick discussing Sharon's missed doctor's appointment and unanswered calls. Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, and Faith Newman, Ree Lancaster, go with Nick to Sharon's house. It's a mess, and she's gone. By Friday, Maria busts Sharon in a lie, and Nick Newman seeks advice on helping her. I think he might have Sharon Newman involuntarily committed before things escalate further. And no, Nick's not her husband. But he's her co-parent, and if Nick feels Sharon is a danger to herself or others, he could certainly get a psych hold put in place. Young and the Restless spoilers see Sharon acting out and spiraling, and Nick Newman needs to help her. Lastly, Audra Charles, Zalika Silver, may try to jump ship to Jabot. She's fallen out of favor with Victor thanks to Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller. Victor confronted Audra about revealing his ownership of Glissade to Nate Hastings, seen Dominic, but didn't fire her. Audra knows she's on thin ice, and since she's angry at Kyle, might approach Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman. Perhaps Audra offers inside information on Glissade in exchange for a job. This could be her way of burning bridges with both Kyle and Victor simultaneously. The Genoa City air crackled with tension as spring set in, but nothing compared to the storm brewing inside the Newman family. Sharon Collins had long been teetering on the edge, haunted by the ghosts of her past, weighed down by secrets too heavy for any one heart to carry. And Nick Newman, ever her protector and sometimes her biggest mistake, was about to make a choice that could change their lives forever, committing Sharon to Fairview once again. It started quietly, as most storms do. Sharon had been acting strangely, more erratic than usual. She was missing appointments at Crimson Lights, locking herself away in her cottage, and whispering to shadows. At first, Nick chalked it up to stress. Their daughter Faith was thriving at college, and Sharon had been alone more. But this was different. When Maria came to him, her voice trembling with concern, Nick knew it wasn't just paranoia. "She talks like someone's in the house," Maria said, wringing her hands. "But no one is, and she's saying things that don't make sense. About Cassie, about visions, like she's reliving old wounds." Nick's heart sank. He knew the signs. Years ago, he'd been down this road with Sharon. The spirals, the episodes, the hospitalizations. Fairview had been the last resort then, and it had nearly broken them both. But could it be the right call now? "Sharon," he said softly as he stepped into the dim living room. The place was cluttered with books, candles, and journals, some with pages torn out, others scribbled full of messy handwriting. Sharon sat by the fireplace, staring at a cold hearth, her fingers absently stroking a framed photo of Cassie. But he was thinking it, and over the next few days, his worries deepened. Sharon left the oven on, wandered out of her house barefoot in the rain, and accused Chelsea of trying to poison her during a fundraiser. It was all escalating. "You need to take care of this, Nicholas," the Newman patriarch said bluntly. "Sharon's illness is no longer a private matter. If she unravels publicly, it will reflect on our entire family." That wasn't why Nick was concerned. He didn't care about the optics, not really, but Sharon was slipping through his fingers, and he couldn't just stand by. After another scare, Sharon accidentally cutting herself while preparing dinner and not realizing she was bleeding, Nick made the decision. With Maria reluctantly by his side, he approached Sharon one last time. Fairview had changed over the years. It wasn't the cold, sterile place it once was. The new director, Dr. Elena Dawson, promised a more compassionate, modern approach. That's what Nick told himself as they signed the intake papers, that this wasn't punishment. This was a lifeline. Inside, Sharon felt like she was breaking apart. Stripped of her home, her privacy, her autonomy. It was the nightmare she feared most. But a small part of her, buried beneath the fear and fury, knew she wasn't well. She saw it in the way her hands trembled when she wasn't looking. In the silences that stretched too long. In the whispers she could no longer distinguish from reality.